Oh, this is excuse me. Woo. Oh, this is absolutely insane, people. Alright, because this is how I work and how I really do get bigger problems solved with a fucked up short-term memory and a huge, massive long-term memory is alright. And this is part of that cognitive behavioral therapy, and I engage in exposure therapy quite often. It's one of the reasons why I'm so courageous and brave now. Why, fucking shit don't just fucking don't bother me like that. It's just these chronic, constant, subconscious anxiety disorder that's causing seizures and sleep disorder. I get those two taken care of, then we'll see how bad my bipolarism is, and we'll see that with improvement, I always go unipolar positive, mania, if you will. I never go depressive. See what I'm saying? My cycle's up here. I don't even think it's really in the middle. I just think what it is just so severe. And like I said, I'm so used to the severe ups that I melted them down a little bit. And the fact that I got that dopamine deficiency in my receptors probably helps keep those highs from being so high, and really helps those lows get so low. So it's more like I have short, quick, high but not extreme highs, but I have severe, quick and rapid and sharp lows, and then I seem to have like a bit of stability between them, and they seem to be, again, very subconsciously anxiety induced. It seems to be really going right into obsessive compulsive disorder. Okay, so we got savant syndrome and autism spectrum disorder. We have frontal lobe epilepsy now. Now I'm over here looking up the the cerebellum? Yep. See, look, I'm even remembering brain parts. First time I start studying them now, because I'm actually, like I said, learning how they all work and connect together, and how certain parts don't develop right, how those developments are affecting other things, and how redevelopment can occur. And I've really got this mental retardation thing down to a genius, and now I'm really being able to sort it out and even speak it and get it into writing. But anyway, I'm over here, learning about the motor functioning. That's not really mine. That's with the midline lesion, the vermis, and it's a disorder of the trunk. Lesions of lateral areas, the hemispheres produce limb synergia, which is a new word. I'll look that up later if I'm curious. Cerebellar disease can be generally localized by their clinical features. Lesions in the flocculonodular lobe. See, I'm already picking these things up first time I read it. Are seen to cause disequilibrium with ataxic gait, which is a wide base stance, and nystagmus. Lesions of the anterior lobes are associated with an even more impaired gait and normal. So obviously that's not the part of my cerebellum that's messed up. So it would seem almost like there's two forms of autism, which is explaining what they call high functioning autism, more commonly known as Asperger's syndrome. So basically a combination of the savant syndrome and Asperger's syndrome, and all this is a result of the autism and the complex post-traumatic stress disorder. So So breaking it down into like brain parts and categories. I got 2 real problems, and here's the parts of the brain, where they're coming from, and why. Again, I've been right from the beginning, and they told me I was crazy. Those doctors are the ones that need to go have their mental annual health checkups by a third party. Wouldn't hurt for patients like me to get to be their judges. It sure would make people like me a lot less suicidal and even homicidal when they try for their entire lives and fail while they watch the pedophiles get away with murder and protected by the police and that judge. Now, the socialized anxiety disorder is my biggest problem. Like conscious. All these other problems I'm talking about are subconscious. The OCD, subconscious. It's an anxiety disorder from the ADHD. But this socialized anxiety disorder, I got it back down to the subconscious, and I was handling it awesome. Like I said, going into town, hanging out with people of all categories and lifestyles, and getting to know them, and doing whatever I could to offer to help anybody, in a more dire situation than I am, and I got the extra resources to do it. So I consciously solved this. I think I've still got this conquered, and this is why I sit here talking to the camera, doing these videos, like literally just, I'm prepared for lockup. My brother doesn't show up, call a taxi. If I can afford it, I'll pay for the taxi to get there on court on time. But I'm not going to be able to afford to get home. I'm checking myself in. It is what it is. If I can't afford the taxi cab, or I have a seizure or something and I just couldn't get the taxi cab contacted out here on time to get there because of a seizure, a legitimate medical reason, and therefore I'm a criminal because I didn't make it to court on time, and my brother didn't come to make sure I made there on time. Seizure, no. Panic attack, or no. Emotional dysregulation, unmedicated, or no. I'm going to do what I can to make it there on time, but I can't. Once that judge makes his decision, if he doesn't do anything, like I said, but tell me to go home, take care of myself, he got my back if this ever happens again, then I'm going to ask him, I'll say, can you make this officer pay for my taxi ride home, because I'm out of money and almost out of food, but at least now I can drive my bicycle to soup kitchen and food pantries and stuff to get me to my next deposit. But I got to get home to do this, and the only reason why I can't do it is because I didn't drive that bicycle, because that officer told me he'd arrest me if I did. Between now and the moment he told me that, I've been legal the whole time. I feel that officer owes me a lot more than just a taxi ride home. But I digress. And we'll see what happens. That happens and they get me home, I'll drop it. I'll just sit here, play with my self-medication and my obsessive compulsive and bipolar and insomnia and seizures, and just play it out till next month. Then take my money and figure out if I can afford a sleep center at that point, or if I gotta wait another 6 months of saving up for a catastrophe to take all my money out when I'm ready to go to a sleep center. Man, I'm telling you guys, you're disabled and you got some serious sleep problems from child abuse, you ain't never gonna be able to get the money you need to get that sleep center, to get that primary problem solved, to start working on the rest of your problems. And again, I don't really need a sleep center. I am a sleep center in this place. I just need legal access to the medication to take the next step of treatment, document it, and provide access to the, to the research and information to help other victims stop being victims Well, they don't want that. So I do what I can. Like I said, including I can't afford a sleep center, and no Spectrum houses are going to accept me, even if I'm willing to pay cash and go homeless, which is some fucked up shit. Think about it. And even if I did, I still, like I said, I'd have to wait 3 months of homelessness, every penny towards it, just to get 30 days of inpatient treatment, just for them to tell me what I already know. Here's a benzo, take care of yourself. No shame, no guilt. Good job for making it this far. I don't need 60 days lockup, or 30 days of lockup that I paid $3,000 for. So I'm going to black market. I really want some Klonopin and Ativan and some Xanax. Like I said, 2 or 3 months worth of each one. Not I'm going to use them all at once. In fact, that's likely not ever going to happen, except rare instances like last night wouldn't have been one. I actually ended the first day to sleep pretty decently. Problem was, 5 hours later, finally got that deep sleep that I don't hardly get very often, but I had a really bad generalized seizure. I woke up all just fucking toast again. It is what it is, right? So, now you see what I'm saying. Situation like that, Klonopin or Ativan, having a little bit of it in my system, very likely would have prevented that. And like I said, and a more as needed, should I have gone to bed last night, not drank a little bit of alcohol, and not took a couple hits of marijuana, I might not have been able to enter that first stage of sleep without all them seizures. I took that Xanax. You do that long enough, and you can reduce your dependency, particularly on that, that alprazolam, the Xanax, and just stick with the lorazepam or clonazepam. But I can't even try them to figure out what and when and if and everything, because they just, the word benzodiazepine, you're a bad person, you're a sinner, you deserve to go to hell because you need this medication, so you better not need this medication if you want to be a good person, and if you keep needing this medication after you become a good person, then you always were a bad person and always will be, and fuck you to hell. Huh? Where's the justice? Where's the liberty? Where's the civility? Where's the empathy? Where's the passion? The compassion? Where's the love? Where's the oh, we all live on this planet. It's a small world after all. No, it isn't. It's not a small world. It's a world for everybody but the abused children. And it could be the opposite. But it doesn't make slave labor. It makes slave labor harder to obtain and more expensive. Oh, the dark side of capitalism without a little socialism. And this is coming from a severe bipolar. And I mean like hardcore. But I've got it so well regulated, but at the cost of seizures in my sleep and the occasional panic attack and seizure in public, which over time has resulted in agoraphobia, which really is the main reason why I'll likely end up in the hospital instead of the courtroom if my brother isn't there to support me. It'll really boil down to agoraphobia, and I'm going to say, look, is my agoraphobia an anxiety disorder, or is it schizophrenia? Am I paranoid delusional? Or am I just fucking terrified out of my mind due to reality and experience? And it's justified. Terror and panic attack disorder. Which one is it? Am I just a malingerer trying to escape jail? No. Because I'll fucking turn myself in and do prison time for the 4 years I drove that thing not knowing I was a criminal. I'll pay for that shit. Oh man, I'll own it. I'm just afraid of the bullying and brutality and stigma of that horrible, dishonorable judge and these wicked, demonic police officers. Alright, I'll stop there. Oh, But what I was saying, talking about socialized anxiety disorder being like a root conscious issue that's causing a lot of these obsessive compulsive problems to exacerbate, especially with the loneliness and the panic and worry of showing up in court against a bad judge and bad police officers and bad doctors and everything else. So I'm over here, like I said, learning about the cerebellum. So now I'm over into non-motor functioning. From an anatomical standpoint, it should not be surprising that the cerebellum may play a role in non-motor brain functioning. Although the cerebellum constitutes only 10% of the total brain weight, it contains more than half of all the neurons in the brain, which explains autism. Because autism is like, they say like you have 50 or double the neurons in the cerebellum, is almost like the neurological definition of autistic. Looking at the two different parts and how they connect, and then what they connect to here a little later in my research. Again, I'm right all along, I just didn't know how to verbalize it. And these doctors are too fucking mechanical to have done some basic interpretations. And this is coming from a hardcore retard. But at least I have no shame. I embrace my mental retardation because it is what I am, and it's what's I'm gonna use it as a catalyst to force change so that these children stop getting abused. So, anyway, although the cerebellum only contains blah 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 the neurons, listen to this. The cerebellum is connected to the cerebrum via three cerebellar peduncles. They are connections largely via the, what did I say earlier? Thalamus, where the hippocampus and the amygdala, all my anxiety disorders, ADHD, and it's not new to me, the ideas, but to see that other people, I'm not alone. I'm not the only person that understands this. Fills me with the confidence to continue on to accomplishment. So this is life-saving. However, now to get back to that conscious socialized anxiety disorder and obsession. My first thing is like, oh fuck, I gone in too far. I already learned too much. I walk in anywhere to try to get help, treatment, medical assistance for these things, and I start talking like this, I'm off to the loony bin full of psychotropics again, being manhandled to the floor. That happens so much, so frequently. As I'm picking apart my problem and figuring it out, and it's actually, all my experiences are now making sense in text and verbal speech, and somebody else, more than just me alone, has diagnosed and solved this. Why can't they? Why can't they solve it? Or at least just fucking listen to me and stop calling me a liar every fucking symptom I describe. And never ever getting to the root cause, which is anxiety disorders and that sleep deprivation, insomnia. I got pretty much everything else solved except that. I go in there and asking just for that, and it's like, oh no, we're starting from the beginning. Let's treat your depression. It's not depression, it's bipolar. Oh, well, we don't treat that. Why? You really should, but here's how you can treat it. Stop the seizures and let me get some good sleep, and stop treating me like a demon. Oh no, you need a psychotropic. No, I just need some respect and anxiety. But fine, let's treat my depression instead of bipolar. Then after I improve, we'll take the next step, which is going to be the bipolar, because it's what is reality. It's not the depression, it's bipolar. So once we waste all that time and money and I suffer and give up even more of my limited lifespan to nonsense, then we can do the bipolar. But we can't do the bipolar until we take care of the sleep. We can't take care of the sleep until we take care of the seizures. We can't take care of the sleep until we take care of the socialized anxiety disorder. And we can't take care of the socialized anxiety disorder until you stop stigmatizing me and just give me the fucking right medication legally, without reservation, without prejudice. That's it. That's all I want. Oh, now we gotta do dissociate and schizophrenia. I'm disassociate. I got that figured out. You know, the multiple personality disorder is actually a tool I use to cope with the way you treat me right now. Lifetime of that has caused this. You want it to work out? Stop the stigma. Give me the fucking pill and leave me the fuck alone. Oh, now you're defiant. Hit him with that Haldol. Because I think he's hearing things. Yeah, I got a voice in my head that won't stop. I did some research, and it's not my auditory nerves sending signal to my brain. It's actually mania. And it comes from abandonment issues and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder because of the constant anxiety of the developmental. Oh my God, when is the parent gonna come kill me? Oh my God, when am I gonna get fucked in the ass? Oh my God, when he's gonna punch me in the face? Oh my God, they're fighting with each other. I'm about to fucking witness something bad. When they're coming at me with the needles and drugs. Oh, I don't want to party. I just want to grow up and be a baby. They bring up all that fucking crazy shit every time they lunge at me to put me on that floor to give me that big ass needle. So I'm agoraphobic of that place too. Until they solve it, I'm done. I hope my brother comes out and takes care of me, because like I said, I'm literally getting afraid to continue researching because it's proving me so right, and I've been told that I'm so wrong for so long that this is literally creating its own panic and anxiety attack right now. That's why I'm recording this real time, so you can see this panic attack happening and what a panic attack is like for me in my condition and my ability. And you see that a panic attack ain't a but it's more of a, oh fuck, when's it gonna come and get me? Oh fuck, when's it gonna come and get me? When are they gonna come and fucking beat the shit out of me for nothing? David, part of me hopes you don't take me to court tomorrow so that I can show up in the mental hospital and fuck this shit up for fucking mine.